Someone just there. Great feeling to welcome you all again to the Miss Tibet pageant 2011. So my heartfelt Tashidalik, Namaste, and hello to all the judges, the media person, and ladies and gentlemen, all you guys out there. Miss Tibet 2011 is the 10th anniversary of Miss Tibet pageant. So on behalf of all the crew here, I really want each one of you to give a big round of applause to the Miss Tibet pageant itself. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Okay, so I officially welcome all of you to Miss Tibet pageant 2011. We are in day 2 of the pageant, and we have 2 rounds tonight, the top and the tail end rounds. As you all know, there are 6 beautiful, brave, and intelligent young Tibetan women participating in this year's contest. We call them Super 6. I really want to introduce all of you to our members of jury here. She's a professional dancer and actress. This is Tara Noel. Ladies and gentlemen, please. So in this round, the judges will give points on content, articulation, and confidence of the talk. I now welcome the first contestant of the Miss Pageant 2011, Miss CHIMIE LHANZOM. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a applause.
A very good evening to you all. First and foremost, today on this auspicious 10th anniversary of Miss Tibet 2011, I would like to welcome our chief guests and our honorable judges and my dear brothers and sisters. Interesting, the topic which I have chosen for this third round is that Buddhism. Trusting in the powerful promise of Buddha, calling out the Buddha name, I shall pass through the journey of life with strength and joy. Wrapping the light of Buddha, recalling upon my imperfect self, I shall proceed to live a life of gratitude. Following the teachings of Buddha, listening to the right path, I shall share the true Dharma with all. Rejoicing in the compassion of Buddha, respecting and adding all sentient beings, I shall work towards the welfare of society and the world. With this, I would like to say that it's a great honor for me to get this wonderful opportunity to tell something to the world that we Tibetans are not lagging behind. We Tibetans have our culture, religions and language, and religions like Buddhism, which is very rich, and it is the 4th largest religion in this world. And the Buddhists have 376 million followers in this world. And history of Buddhism, which was dated back to the found in the year of 580 BC by the Siddhartha Gautama in the year 580 BC. And he was born in the Lumbini in the southern Nepal. And at the age of 29, he went to the enlightenment. After attaining the enlightenment, he just avoided all those sufferings and pains. And what the Buddhists considers the most is that human life is very precious. The first one is human life, which is very precious. And second one is death is inevitable. And third is that laws of karma cannot be avoided. And fourth is that death permeates all existence. And the major divisions of the Buddhism are Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. And And Buddhism is a religion where we could learn how do we have to promote our own compassion and our own religions. And Buddhism is something which we have to promote in this world. Buddhism is such a religion where we could learn how do we have to feel and to promote our own inner feelings to the world. And Buddhists taught us, Buddhist is the main thing. What the Buddhists taught us, the main thing is that the Buddha, Sangha and Dharma. This is the main three things which should be there in the Buddhist. And Didayamdala, and not this is a pagan or a shucho shigui. Tomadilla, Nampichi, Yachilla, Mazuto, the Caridolana, Sangi Puncho, the Chu Puncho, the Gedu Puncho, Mulechilla, Napa Sangi Shibore. And Tegan is Shiki. One of you get to Nampichi, the Muzichita Hadilana, Mistu the Sulaina, Susu, Rami Shencho or Chiata, Mistu Shituaina, Soto, Simjian, Chiuda, Chada Chiu, Buddha Sunashituaina, the Soso Pada Malak. And
please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Miss DOLMA TSERING.
Thank you. And good evening, judges and ladies and gentlemen. Today's topic is what are the difference between contemporary education and traditional Tibetan education? Okay, modern education and the traditional education. Modern education is basically like how we learn in our college and school. Like writing script will be there through computer, through television, through research we learn modern education. Modern education makes so easy to learn in today's world. But contemporary education, olden education is normally like verbally education. How gurus are teaching to the followers. Gurus teach to the followers, like followers hears and then thinks and they practice in life. But they don't have any television, computer to learn. And olden days, olden days people are normally, they are very suspicious and superstitious belief. They believe that when had come across, they believe that today's days will be so difficult and we should not do any work in olden days. But in modern life, we do research and then we practice in life. And one more thing, monks, olden days is like how monks are learning in monasteries. They are learning, it's like markupping all the teachings in life. And with the help of CHIMIE we are able to create a script that's like Kava, Kanga, all script, and we are able to make a words, and out of that we are able to make a sentence. And today learning makes so easy that we are able to convey to the people the Buddha teachings and the Tibetan teachings, Tibetan education. Tibetan education is normally like inside education, how we have a selfless love towards the other. Love towards the other is very important, I feel. And end of the day today, I would like to say that modern education is like how we learn through TV, and olden education is like hear, think, and then practice in life. And both education is very important, and I am the product of both the traditional and modern education. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thanks so much, you guys, for being one of the best audience, which is we really want each one of you to hear what all these kinds of things are talking about, because they have really come through. Last 2 weeks have been really
comment of how you feel in DOLMA before you go on.
teaching about the Tibetan culture.
I didn't get a chance to look at the
Third
minutes.
consistent. I would really like to welcome, with countless applause from all you guys, Miss NGODUP DOLMA. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss NGODUP DOLMA, please.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my topic is, we recently heard news of tension and crackdowns. What exactly is happening and where it is taking place? As we all are aware that since 1959, when the Chinese government invaded Tibet, there has been a series of unhuman activities been happening in Tibet. These unfortunate incidents haven't stopped till today. And recently, the tension and crackdowns in Amtonaka at KECHOE Monastery has resulted in the disappearance of 300 monks. So if I talk briefly about the KECHOE Monastery, the incident in the KECHOE Monastery, what happened is a teenage monk trying to kill himself by burning himself. What happened is the monks in KECHOE Monastery, they didn't, due to the distrust, they take, instead of like leaving him there, they took him to the monastery and the Chinese, sorry, a bit of and okay. So due to the distrust, they took him to the monastery. So the Chinese arrested 300 monks. So this event has actually resulted in the hunger strike of like 3 Tibetan youth in New Delhi, which I recently met them, and they're in a really critical condition. They held a critical condition. So my last wish is we all Tibetans should stand up together and we should fight so that this kind of incident never happened in our life. Particularly in Tibet, the Tibetans are suffering under the Chinese rule. So my wish is please stand up together and fight for freedom of Tibet. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our fourth contestant, ladies and gentlemen, Miss TENZIN KECHOE.
I'm TENZIN KECHOE, and my topic is about His Holiness' life and his contributions to the Tibetan people in particular and the world too. So His Holiness, to us Tibetans, he is the heart and soul, but to the outside world, he is a symbol of Tibet and our nation and the Tibetan people. His Holiness has devoted his life for the struggles of Tibetan people, and he has made our tragedy into a world-known issue, and we have support from all over the world. His Holiness has been devoting his life to the Tibetan people ever since he was a little child, after he was recognized as His Holiness. And his life has been filled with violence ever since he was a kid because of the oppression of the Chinese government in Tibet. To the world, he has spread human values, because in Tibet, Tibetan people, we don't have human rights. To the Chinese people, Tibetan people are not human. They're treated as second-class citizens in their own country. So he has spread the message that human rights and human value is very important, no matter what race or culture you are from. He has also spread peace among different religions, such as Christians and Muslims. By doing that, he has made the world into a better place, because as you know, there's lots of conflicts between other cultures and races, so he has reduced that. And he has also been a big part of Tibet's struggle. He has been doing everything he can, and it is obvious to the outside world about the issues of Tibet, because his Dalai Lama, he has done so much, and the world recognized his struggle by awarding him with the Nobel Peace Prize Award, and also his former President of the United States, President Bush, also awarded him with the Congressional Gold Medal Award to show that the world is watching and is very appreciation of the Dalai Lama. And even though he is stepping down from his political powers, we as Tibetan people know that he will always be in our hearts no matter what happens. Thank you.
Thank you, KECHOE. I now welcome our fifth contestant, Miss TENZIN. That's it. TENZIN SANGMO.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening to my honorable judges and to all my lovely audiences. The topic I got today is, what do you think is happening with the Tibetan intellectuals, writers, and thinkers in Tibet these days? I think the Tibetan intellectuals, writers, and singers, they have become very important for our country by looking at our current country's situation. They know that intellectuals, writers, and singers in Tibet, they know how our country was before the Red Chinese invaded our country. And they can prove the world through laws, through histories, that Tibet was not a part of China. And the intellectuals, Tibetan intellectuals, writers, and thinkers in Tibet, though they know about our country, that the Chinese how they torture our Tibetans, they cannot do anything for our country, because if they try to do something for our country through thinking, writing, the Chinese imprison them and they were sentenced to jail for 16, 17 years, and the Tibetan intellectuals, writers, and thinkers, they have become very important for our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, TENZIN SANGMO. And now, our sixth contestant. Ladies and gentlemen, I will take it from you guys. Miss. That's right, Miss TENZIN YANKI.
Good evening, everyone. I got the topic of what will be your message on preventing HIV/AIDS in Tibetan community. We all know that HIV/AIDS is a global issue, but in our Tibetan community, I believe that it is something each one of us should address with great urgency. Under the situation where Communist Chinese government is trying to wipe out the very identity of Tibetan, we simply can't let something like HIV penetrate into our community. So my message is, stop HIV before it gets too late. And don't forget to use condom.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, TENZIN YANKI.